Yo, I'm the bar none at the top. A1, it don't stop. No slump on the clock, but don't punch like a doc. Draw blood, but don't clot. Let it run, hit the shot. In the clutch, clock expired. No rush, get inspired. Come up, move up higher. What the fuck, feel the fire. No Trump, more the lighter. Raise up like the smoke. Big clouds, feel the hope. Tomorrow's brighter. This shit is dope, I'm not a writer. I just speak the greatness I expect to see. And I rep for all the people standing next to me.
You know, you ever have Coke right out the can that just tastes flat already?
You can't do such a pause when you say, you ever had Coke?
When I was in Puerto Rico, it was funny. She's like, what do you want to drink? Coke. They look at you like, what?
They were like,
You have to,
cocaine?
they say Coca-Cola. I'm like, yeah. Can you drink Coke? Like actual Coke?
Maybe they thought you were just speaking in code, you know?
Is there a way to drink like that white girl?
I don't know. I know
The
very
booger
very little.
sugar.
Everything I know about that white girl comes from rap music. So.
Thank God for that white.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it's helped quite a few people get off their feet.
That is such an incriminating song.
Yeah.
Thank God for that white.
Well, I mean, no, because a lot of things are white.
Maybe they just like white people.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe
not
there's
true.
a
Nobody
white.
likes white people.
Maybe there's a white guy who signed them, and he was like, "Thank God for that." Or maybe their last name was White.
Maybe his mentor was white.
Thank God for Jaleel White. Without him, without him, I wouldn't be here today.
Urkel has completely rebranded himself, but not really. He put out a weed named Purple Urkel.
So,
Because I think he owns the Urkel
name?
whole thing.
He owns the Masters today?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that?
I guess he did. So
Was he like an executive producer on the show or something?
No, that's not it, right? That's a Full House.
I don't know. I always get those two.
Which
confused now.
Wait, and then how's it go? How's
Whatever happened to
predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Unless you're familiar with around the bed.
So that's the Full House one.
Yeah, it is.
So then
I realized halfway through, but I was not gonna not commit. I was already there.
So
Everywhere you look. And what's Family Matters?
that's what I'm trying to think of right now.
Remember, step by step, day by day.
Yo, if you wanted to have a successful sitcom back in the day, you had to have a catchy tune
Hell yeah.
for your like obviously everybody knows Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Martin, everybody knows Martin.
This is a dangerous territory we're treading in. We might just sing all episode.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that. Let's not make it a musical of KKP because neither of us really have the voice for it.
But what is the Family Matter?
Fuck, man.
I have
Hang
the
on,
voice
gotta
of an
find it.
angel, by the way. Fuck
No, you don't. The Family Matters theme song.
How's that? I knew it was. See, I was doing that whole thing with my thing. You know?
Rare condition
In this day and age, to read any good news on a newspaper page. Love and tradition are the grand design. Some people think it's even harder to find. Well, there must be some magic clue inside these kids of mine.
For some reason, I always thought
Because all I
it
see.
said, for some reason, I always thought he said inside these chisel walls, and I was like,
I don't know what
What is a
I
chisel
just I don't know what I was it kids of ours because that's what I said.
I don't know.
Can
I
you
know.
look
I
at
know
the-
that's what you said, but I don't know.
Inside that sounds a little weird though, right? Like
It
so
does.
maybe like chiseled walls also is a little weird. Like where are you at? Like
Well, if you're
are
there's
you
a
Indiana,
magic
are
clue.
you Indiana Jones? Are you there's gotta be a clue inside these
I'm
chiseled
just
walls.
saying, if there's a if there's a magic clue, then it must be inside of a wall. There must be a magic clue inside these gentle walls, because all I see is the Tower
gentle
of
walls.
Dreams.
Where are you in a fucking padded room? Like you crazy fucking who's singing this song? Somebody's singing this after the fact. This is a whole made up show. Somebody's in a padded room and they've sung around gentle walls.
It's the bigger love,
The family.
All right, well,
Yo, whoever was playing that piano was getting off.
I mean, I think
Maybe it was Jaleel White. Maybe that's why he owns Urkel.
that could be the case. Whatever the case, we are not Urkel. We are the K and KP. Welcome everybody to the show. Let's get ready to podcast.
What's
My
I am.
I'm the man.
Oh,
This is episode number 96 of the Kiona and Kasson podcast. I am your host Adam, here with my brother Osama. We appreciate you turning the tube to this.
I was gonna say
Whatever.
dial. This is not a television show,
But on YouTube, it's called the channel.
right? But you're not turning a dial. What do you do? How do you?
But do you turn a dial when you use your TV? No, you press a button.
Yo, I miss dials a little bit.
I don't miss dials
There was
because I
some-
had a TV that was literally
We
like
had
6
the
by
same
4
fucking
inches.
TVs. What are you talking about?
That 6 by 4 inch one.
Remember, we grew up.
I don't know why I used to watch the fucking UPN. Yeah, it was UPN lineup.
We
right?
growed it up. Like we had a few like small televisions, and then like whatever like TV our parents had would come to us.
We had the one that they used in like grade school at first, right? We had one of those ones on the pretty much like a wheel thing, and it's on a tube.
It was on. Well, I don't think it was necessarily
Maybe
on a wheel. I think it was just on a platform.
It looked exactly like it to me.
Yeah, but do you
from
remember
my
every
recollection.
night I would have to redo the wiring for the antenna every night. It was like if the Earth would just stop spinning and moving, the position of last night would be perfectly fine for today. But I think that's how the thing worked, right?
Imagine.
The satellite moved a bit, and then I couldn't get to it.
If you were a human being who passed away like 1980, and then you came to 2021 all of a sudden, would you be fucking just completely flabbergasted? Like, excuse me, I had to work with this antenna for probably like a good 10, 15 minutes. Antenna.
What is it? Your aunt?
What is it, your aunt?
Do you say aunt or aunt?
Aunt, but I spell it aunt.
I say aunt because it just seems like that's the word.
I think it kind of just depends. I say it either way.
What is it?
Depends.
ANT? What do you got? A whole
Well,
bunch of
regardless.
fucking insects that you're related to and shit. Aren't
the
we related
80s
to the same people?
In the 80s, you're sitting here before technology really came into its own, and you're like, man, I had to fumble around with this fucking thing just to get a clear picture. Like, and in 2 minutes or the next show, it can completely change just because that's the nature of it right now, right?
Right.
So now we have what's higher than 1080p? We're past that. We're at like 4K, 8K, Ultra 8K.
What's the highest option when you're watching porn? That's the only way I know.
I don't think they've
Oh man,
caught
look
up.
at that! That's some crazy
I don't think they've
resolution.
caught
They
up
don't even
to-
got that on TV yet.
I don't think they've caught up to 8K yet.
Porn hasn't caught the 8K yet.
I don't think so.
That would be just an overstimulation. Like, I can't watch this.
You're ducking. It's coming for me. Yeah, I don't know. That's nasty. I don't know if I want like 3D porn.
Whenever I say that's nasty, I usually revert to, in my head at least, it sounds like what Cleveland sounds like.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Like
Always.
that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're just like there's certain phrases that you just automatically kind of go into the characters. And I can't think of any of them off the top of my head right now, so I'm not going to go deep into.
No, I mean obviously Quagmire did the giggity.
Well, listen, people, you may notice a slightly different camera angle. We're trying something new here. I want more wall space visible. I want us to be able to be visible with sneakers and whatnots. You know, as much as possible. So we're fumbling around with it. You know, I ain't really
Fumbling.
taking it
I
out.
don't know about fumbling. Like playing around. Play around sounds bad too. Well, maybe you're just like experimenting, which also sounds funny.
I mean,
Who
I'm
has developed this English language to have
so many sexual connotations involved in everything. All right, I'm imploring the scientific method.
There you go.
To try
What's
to
your
figure out a good
hypothesis?
camera angle. My hypothesis is that the angle that we're at now, even though it kind of to us looks like we're kind of looking downward towards the lens a little bit, I feel like this is gonna just kind of open things up for us.
Is it the thesis first? No, it's the introduction, right, to what you did, right? Then it's like hypothesis. Then it's the.
I don't remember what the steps of the scientific method. I'm not
never
gonna
mind.
even try.
Well, I would thought we'd give it a go, but I guess you gave up.
How
pretty
stupid
early.
do you want people to think we are on this show?
I think we're fairly intelligent. I think
but
the next.
if we say
I think
things
the
like
next.
this and we don't know the answer, then
so
we should not
I
bring it up.
think the next is the experiment.
We control the content. We're not live.
So listen. So let's talk about this, and then we'll look it up. I just want to see if we can get it right. So it's introduction, right? Which I believe is like the project. I might be using the wrong word, but essentially it's introduction.
This is what I hope to come out of this experiment.
Hope to
achieve or prove
and whatnot.
or disprove
Then
or whatever.
it's the hypothesis, right? What you think is going to happen,
The hypothesis.
right? Then I believe it's the control. Then there's the experiment. Or no, it's the experiment, the results, and then the conclusion, I believe. But I think
No,
there's,
because there's a variable or a control.
so there's a control, the experiment.
You keep assuming.
So
what it
there,
is.
so
I'm
there is there's got to be the control and the experiment. I don't know which order they go in, and then the results. And then there's probably a conclusion. But I think it's 5 steps.
All right, so the scientific method has 5 basic steps plus 1 feedback step. Number 1, make an observation. Number 2, ask a question. 3, form a hypothesis or testable explanation.
Wow.
4, make a prediction based on the hypothesis. 5, test a prediction.
We were
6,
wrong.
no,
But I think we
use
I
the
think,
results to make
I
a
think
new
we just skip
hypothesis.
steps. I think we skip steps. Right?
But see, now look at this. It's so fucking stupid. Google says, like, if you ask a question, then they have, like, people ask, like, in a related questions or whatever. What are the 7 steps? What are the 6 basic steps? What are the 8 steps? Motherfucker, there's too many steps
I
listed
don't
here.
think there's that many steps in the scientific method.
Would you trust a website called sciencing.com?
Man, science is sciencing right now.
Observation, experiment, conclusion, aftermath. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Fuck the scientific method, man. I did science experiments when we were forced to, and it made me not want to ever do another science.
I like
experiment in my
science, man.
life. I like it too, but when they forced you to do like the science project and make an ass out of yourself in school because like you sucked at science and there's some smart kids
when
who
I
were really good.
found one that worked really well, I just reused it like multiple years in a row.
I did that too. What really worked well was the Coca-Cola cleaning a penny.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. And then making like the tornado with the 2-liter bottles. I don't know if y'all ever done that before.
Speaking of tornado, right? So I was watching this fucking guy. They had this video, like, on, I guess it's on Instagram or Facebook. You can scroll, you go to Reels, and it'll show you all the. So this guy fucking literally popped the fucking beer bottle off with his mouth, with his teeth, right, and proceeded to drink it. But
Not a good idea. I do
but
not
in the
advise.
middle of the drinking, he did like a crazy ass swirl. And a tornado formed in the fucking bottle, and that shit just like dropped into that motherfucker's throat. Pause.
Yeah, it's definitely
You ever tried that? Like just fucking while you're drinking, he did a twirl.
This is the second time
I'm
you hit
afraid
thing, man.
that book is gonna knock me in the head. Like, damn it, Kobe Bryant.
I mean, you swinging your arms around like
What the hell are you talking about,
swinging
Kobe Bryant?
swinging your arms around all nimbly bimbly like you
From tree to tree.
see me drinking milk from a saucer. Or do you see me eating mice? Stupid movie, but so hilarious. Yeah, I had a stupid thought the other day, and I was like, I'm either gonna get laughs or people are going to like boo me out the room. But the thought occurred to me that Styles P is the only person in the world probably who can make the name Yonkers sound hard. Like, think about it. Yonkers.
You
It doesn't
you better
sound
be
like-
careful. You know how many fucking
No, listen, I understand. I'm just saying the name itself doesn't sound like the coolest name, but when Styles says
Yonkers,
it's like
New York.
it definitely makes you feel like you'll get murdered if you go there.
I mean, every time I don't know. I'm
But,
not
like,
gonna say anything about this.
Honkers, Yonkers.
Yo,
like-
there's too many like people from Yonkers. DMX is from Yonkers.
No, listen, I don't think anybody from New York is even watching this.
I would
I'm just
hope.
saying-
Hey, yo, New York.
I'm
what up?
just saying. Like,
Where do they
the
go?
name
What do they
itself.
say? You're.
Yeah. I don't know, but I thought the name was funny, kind of when you think about it. Like, I never really put thought into it before because it's just like, what do I know about it? But like
What
when
you
I thought
know
about
about
it, and I was like, if you spell it and then you enunciate, then it's Yonkers, and
The
it just
way-
sounds
okay,
like a little like
so when-
Pennsylvania
when-
Dutch town. or
When
something,
New
you know?
Yorkers or people from Pacific or the Atlantic East,
right
North,
yes.
whatever the fuck you call that shit.
Pacific Northeast.
No, the Pacific is the other
Atlantic-
side. So
the
it's the
Atlantic
Atlantic
Northeast?
East North.
I don't think that's how it works.
Anyway, so
How come those aren't interchangeable, by the way?
what you talking about?
Like you got Northeast, and obviously that's like bow, right? Then you got like East North, like
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Anyway, so they all sound like they put AHS at the end of it. So everything they say is like you said, Yonkers,
Yeah,
Kaz.
yeah. And when you say
It's too far.
when you say Yonkers, I'm from a little village in Yonkers, New York. Like it
I
could
don't
go.
think- I've
It
never
could have
heard-
gone the complete opposite way. is all
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
don't. They don't say Yonkers.
No, it could have gone the complete opposite way. Like it could be like a place where you don't want to go unless you're there from there, or it could be a place where like, hi neighbor, everybody's welcome. You know?
I don't know, man. I think it's probably. I think you probably get a little bit of both. I think I've been to Yonkers once.
Oh really?
I think you've been to Yonkers once, but you might have been maybe not.
I don't know. I know that like I was there as a baby. I was taken there.
That's what I'm saying. I think you were there that time. I was there also,
What-
as
what
we
the
were
hell-
children,
what
and they
were-
brought us at the same time most places.
What were we doing in Yonkers at the time? You know?
I think mom's friend
Oh.
that they are currently visiting overseas.
Oh,
think
Well,
they live
word.
there because they lived there before they moved to Texas, which is crazy because you moved from Yonkers to Dallas.
Yeah,
I think that's a big change.
I would agree.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know, but all right, that was just a random thought that was on my mind. No particular reason for such a thing. Yo, let me just give you a little bit extra background as to why I sound so militant against spiders all the time. We talked about this.
Oh, this was that was like a hard, like. Tell them. Should we tell them the story? Go ahead and tell them the story about your life.
No, man, this shit was. I had a terrifying experience.
Adam's afraid. Well, listen. First and foremost,
spiders are terrifying.
I'm not saying spiders aren't terrifying. Listen, they got.
There are levels of terrifyingness in spiders.
Yeah, like so. The idea that they got there. Some of them are very, very fucking fast. Like I've seen spiders that just move like, really, really like slowly, like a sloth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the ones that literally move nimbly bimbly from tree to tree.
You got the ones that are literally Spider-Man and they just fucking swing around. And
we were outside yesterday, sitting out. It was like I don't know, 11 o'clock. We are just sitting out on the patio. And Vivi's like, "Is that
hijack my story time?"
Vivi like, no. I'm just like, I'm just trying to give you an idea. Vivi was like, "Is that a spider?" She was like, "No, that's not." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "That shit moved from there to there." She was like, "They're fucking fast." I was like, "Yeah, that's why they're so intimidating." Like, it seems like if they wanted to attack you, you would be a bitch in that situation.
And
always.
It's like they know the best place to not be. Like they go get themselves just dug in these little corner spots. And like if you try to get them, they're like, "Ha, motherfucker, you gonna miss," and then you gonna not know where I'm at.
Sometimes you don't even. You'd be like, "Oh, that's like fuzz," and then like it unravels to this gigantic spider. Like if you don't get your little, I'm incognito hiding from your.
All right, so
I hate that shit.
This is what happened.
Now you got me all worked up. Think about shit. All my encounters with spiders.
Last week on Saturday, I went to go get a haircut, right, and that was the last time that I had moved my car until Thursday. And so I got in the car. Well, I didn't get in the car yet.
So it was what, 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days. Which that's not a lot,
I think the longest I went was during the quarantine. I think I didn't start my car for 30 days. It just kept going and going. I was like, I should start it today.
I mean, it's definitely like at least a 2+ week period during that time, but it's been 5 days, right? Okay. So timeline out of the way. I went to go and to get
timeline.
Check. So and it's funny because like when we were potting on Sunday, I told him like, "Oh, look, you can see that there's like spider webs like on my car and shit." It was during the day, whatever. I was like, I gotta watch this shit. I had no idea what the extent of it was.
Yo, side note on talking about this, spiders are incredibly quick builders.
They're really quick builders. And the evidence is there.
Dude, if there were spider cities, which terrifyingly, that sounds like hell.
I have another take about the potential of ants taking over the world, but we'll go over that to
ants are the strongest thing out there.
So I went to the side of the door.
Your Costanza, Vanderlei Industries, like... Vanderlei Industries, like architecture or some shit. I told her I was an architect.
Sorry, the significance of that in here.
Oh, spiders. Yeah. They're architects.
All right, so
they go interview.
I went to go and open the front door.
webs like this.
I went to go open the front door, and this is already when I knew that it was going to be like a big ass spider. Literally, I opened the door, and you can hear the thickness of the web.
Driver's
side.
Hear
it tear. Yeah, on the driver's side. You can hear it tear. And I was like, what the fuck? So I opened the door all the rest of the way, and this big ass behemoth fucking like the fat marbles, like the back side of the spider was probably the size of one of those fat marbles.
She's getting ready to give birth in your car.
It was terrifying. So I guess apparently that thing freaked out when I opened the door as well, because they're like, what the hell, I've been just chilling in here for days and nothing's happening.
The thought of like you going and the spider in its own way going
well, yeah, you can see it kind of scrambling and like didn't know what to do, so it kind of just sat there
running in circles and shit.
Well, up and down and just kind of stayed, I guess. I was like, man, thank God that
How did he see me?
At this moment, it was one of those weird French benefits of detailing that you didn't realize was a French benefit. I have like all kinds of spray chemicals in the garage. So I was like, I ran into the garage. I was like, and I grabbed one and I ran back to the car and I saw it was still sitting there and I sprayed it a couple times.
Adam looks at the bottle like, why is it killing it? Spider fucking steroids.
It looked like on contact. It was like, it burns, because it literally just came tumbling down and hit the sidewalk. I smashed it.
Like, I try to think about the fact that, like, okay, so what was
I was itchy as fuck the whole car ride. I'll tell you that much.
So
I had to get back in it.
The other, like, I found like a what are those dust mites?
Mm-hmm.
I found one, right? Like, I don't know where I was. Like, I think I reached behind something, and I felt it on me the other day, and I was like, ah! I freaked out all night, dude. I grabbed it, I was like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like looking, like, what could it be? I'm looking around, making sure there's no like crazy weird thing around my house. Scared the shit out of me. Like, talking about just like insects giving you the creepy crawly shits.
So
Not my favorite feeling. Like, because you'd be like, anything, you just be like,
nothing will make you itch more or have like just a gross feeling in your stomach
after you find a bug on you and shit.
Yeah, man. And like that always happens because I have 3 dogs to walk right now. Parents still on vacation or whatever. So I go underneath these trees and those little fucking green bugs that just lurk in the trees.
Those.
I always find them. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like,
I must have mashed enough of those to make like there's a lot of green substance everywhere.
I hate those things. But listen, man, I'm telling y'all.
Like, what is that?
The takeover
it's
is
literally
coming.
made of like, what the fuck is that bug?
The takeover is coming, and it's one of the most unsuspecting insects you would assume. I swear it's ants.
The ones that make you think they're just so nice.
Yeah.
Why are you killing us?
Like, have you ever seen a more organized grouping of insects?
Oh yeah,
These motherfuckers
Bees.
are organized. No.
No, I think so.
Listen,
No, you're right though. You're right.
ants, they literally will go work together in a group, and they'll go and find like say you dropped a fucking sour gummy worm on the ground. They would go and grab like 400 of their strongest, and they would pull that shit on their back like they're fucking carrying a casket and bring it home with them. Yo,
Like marching and shit.
some of the shit I've seen. I mean, I've seen obviously like ones with a chip on their back, and I'm like,
Dude, I've told you about
Fools
some of the. I've seen a fucking who was fighting? It was like a small spider and like a fairly large ant, and then I saw an ant like carrying this fucking big ass piece of chip across my fucking patio.
yeah.
And I didn't kill it. I was just watching it, dude. I literally watched it, and I watched it through the grass. I was just watching to see where it went. Eventually, I got tired of it. But like, you're right. They are fucking intelligent. They're extremely fucking strong.
And they move in numbers.
Yeah, they do.
Like, okay,
But I will say
probably
that
halfway down the
bees
block.
are fairly.
But bees are more independent. They move more
They
independently.
just move off of the queen, so that's what they do. Like, if
The
the
queen's
queen
like,
dies,
go out there.
if
do
the
this.
queen dies, they just basically like implode. Like, ah!
What do we do? What do we do? But no, man. Like, all right, halfway down the block here, right? And it's really inconvenient because I got mad dogs to walk, as I said. There's 2 extraordinarily large, like, ant colonies, like ant hills or whatever. And there are a fucking ton of them. You should move the chair off of the shoes.
I know,
a
but
little bit.
you be mad, like, the centering.
Well, you fuck up the centering regularly, you know. But like, instead of knocking down the.
Do you think
the
we should
display.
like? I think we should still consider the face to face thing here.
Where we like face each other?
We look at each other while we're talking.
We're gonna arm wrestle?
Man, we should.
That also
Yeah,
see that
or like
you will
over-
probably
like
win
over the-
because
over the
I
top?
don't work out right now.
Fucking over the top. Sylvester Stallone only worked out one arm, so he would literally be in his truck driving like this all day.
Using
Like,
those fucking,
literally working out the motion of an arm wrestler with a cable.
Remember those forearm clamps and shit? You using those?
Dude, those are the worst. Like, I have some at at work. It's like nothing. It doesn't even relieve tension. It's just like
Nah.
literally. It makes me more angry that it's so easy.
All right, well, you know, I mean, they have ones that are like high quality. Like you can change the tension and everything. You know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not trying to spend that much money on that shit.
All right, well, hey, do you? You know.
I do.
Whatever.
You know.
Do we have anything? Oh, before we get to like basketball and shit like
Are
that.
we done with your ants taking over the
Listen,
world?
I don't really. Well, I mean, listen, do the research yourself.
Oh,
people.
did you finish
I'm
your
just
spider
telling
story? Really? Other than the fact that you murdered it after like getting like
Well, I
screaming
mean,
like a little biatch.
So like, yeah, that it definitely had me on pause for a minute. I was like, all right, let me gather myself because that was just a moment that I didn't expect. You know what I mean? I've never tried to open my car door and had like the whole spider web rip as I did
the
that.
thing about spiders is they just get in where they fit in, and it's like, dude, you don't fit here.
No,
Why did you come here?
I'm like, dude, there's a whole world out there.
If it had decided to stay like anywhere else that wasn't your place, you wouldn't have to disturb it. It'd be all right.
That's
But
the
no,
thing.
it decided
There's a
your
whole
house.
world out there. You want to come to my house, into my car? Get the fuck
I
out
think
of
it's because
here.
the car is so incubated, like during the heat, like it just stays, and they like the warmth.
I guess, but I'm just
I
glad that it
think
couldn't get all the way
That's just
inside.
a theory.
If that motherfucker was able to get all the way into the interior, I don't think I'll be able to see my seats.
That's terrifying.
Motherfucker was working, you know?
Terrifying.
So, anyway, I drove and I had like a very antsy drive, right? And then on the way back, I forgot where I was going, but on the way back, I was like, man, I need to let this out, right? So I did my own self-therapy the way that, you know, you should do. I picked like an R&B record that I really enjoy. And then I turned on my speakers. I have premium sound in there, so I made sure I bump that shit. And it was a little bit of traffic, so I was just fucking, just belting it out. Having the fucking
Adam was so fucking
getting
terrified
my Tony
from the
Braxton on
spider
in the car.
that
That's not who I was listening to.
He
but.
had a little cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
No, it wasn't a cry in the car. I was just lifting every voice when I sang. So
Oh, okay.
it was a great time. It was therapeutic, man.
Oh, I think it's fully therapeutic to sit there and belt out some songs. I've never really had to after killing a spider.
No, I didn't have to. I mean, given this was probably 45 minutes to an hour afterwards, but I was like, man, I'm in the mood for it, and I was like,
Were you sad
in the
for the
car
spider?
solo, huh?
Were you sad for the spider?
No, fuck that.
You know what I
I
tried?
would have killed that spider's family.
What's the name of that movie?
Killed his kids, killed his grandkids,
What? Nah, man.
killed his nieces and
Then
uncles.
we ain't got spiders,
nephews.
and then we got all the other dumb bugs around.
Listen,
Listen, I know you don't like spiders, but there's some shit that the spiders kill that you be cool
listen,
with.
man, that's fine. I'm just
And then
saying,
there's some
if
shit
they're
that those
in my
little
car,
million leg motherfuckers running around your
if
house
you're
got.
in my car, there's no mercy for you. You're dead. It's
Oh yeah,
done.
you got to
Holla.
get out the car. You got to get
This
out
is,
the car.
this is my sanctuary. You took away my sanctuary in my house because you're in fucking corners randomly. I had to get the vacuum out and weaponize.
So what's the movie? Scarlet's Web? Is that it?
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Scarlet's Web.
It's pretty much the same thing. Not
Scarlet,
Scarlet
that
Letter.
whore.
Anyway, so I try
Jezebel.
to think about like, what if those things really like? What if a spider was like just mosey on along doing his thing like we normally would? Like we're going to cut our grass and he's going to get like, I don't know, food for the den. What do they have? The web, but the web is in a den. I don't know. But think about it, like, and then he says, "Oh my God, there's that big motherfucker again! Ah, I gotta get out of here."
Dude, I be feeling like the biggest pussy as an adult because I'm like,
Dude.
as a kid, like we went to Missouri to look at we walked through the Crystal Caves. Were you there with us? No. So we went through like the Crystal Caves or whatever, kind of cool, but like, I'm not trying to walk through a cave now as an adult man. I'm like, no, man, there's spiders in there and shit.
Spiders, bats.
I ain't trying to be no.
No, I think I would like. So the caves I want to go in. Well, I don't know, man. I think I would explore certain caves.
I would, but I
I'm
would.
not, you know what? I'm not into those people that explore ice like caverns and shit. Like
I would.
I
do
seen
these
a video.
things. I would just be bitch made about it the whole time.
No, I seen a video like of so they were like climbing under this the ice, and it was basically, I don't know exactly how it forms, but like in little caverns, and they were going to the point where it got smaller and smaller and smaller, and it got to this point where they had to shimmy through this little spot that literally you can just barely, if you're a fat person, you have to go back. And I mean, like, fat is like relative.
Not body shaming, just like
No, I'm talking about like fat based on BMI. Like you can't be
you're over 30. 30
you can't be a fat person, go through this. I'm just saying, like, so they shimmied all the way through it, and they open up to this big ass cave. But I don't think I can get there because that, I think I have a mental block about.
I've watched Bear Grylls do it enough. Just for the sake of it, like, let me show you what it's like to go through this little ice cave where there's only one way out, and the potential of you dying is 99%.
What if you get stuck in that little portion?
Look, Bear is crazy. I'll just live vicariously.
I know. But,
Watch him travel. Try to make his way.
Bear
out
Grylls is hilarious, but
like, there's some of that wilderness shit that I would do.
Oh, of course.
But
I think
the things that he does, like the extremes he goes, just to show you what it's like.
You could die here. Watch. He's like, whoa, Bear, don't do it.
He's like, yeah, I'm a Green Beret, but I was doing this before then.
I was born in the crevice of a fucking Antarctican. Is it Antarctican?
My mom actually gave birth in an ice cave.
My mother is a big iceberg.
Is it offensive that we're using these fake ass terrible accents?
No, man, because my accent is great. I sound just like Bear Grylls in my head.
I mean, yeah.
I don't even
sounds great in their head.
I sound just like him. Listen, plenty of people have tried to make an Arab accent, and
that's true. I do it all the time too.
Does it make it okay? No. Does it make it okay for me? Yes.
Does it make it funny? Usually.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk about these fucking playoffs.
Are we gonna do it? But
I'm trying to ASMR with ice.
I'm over here. I can't hear it for sure.
I heard it in my headphones.
You heard it because you're over there. They can't hear it.
The Suns are impressive.
Suns are pretty impressive.
Suns are impressive. Even though you didn't let me get off my LeBron hating jokes last week because you punk like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say at least
I'm not afraid. Of
I know that
giving
I know that they.
hate.
You listen. We're not gonna go back down this road.
I'm just not. I mean, I think it is valid that like you could to hate LeBron in a specific manner, but I don't think that.
All I wanted to do was just joke about him last week.
Oh,
That's
we
all
can
I
joke
wanted to do.
about him.
No,
He's-
you said that over and over again, but then you kept saying, but.
Because I'm
So
trying.
enough
Oh,
of
I'm
that.
just trying to get into
All I'm
like
saying
the
now is,
perspective of objective basketball.
obviously, Phoenix was a formidable opponent, and they are not going to be bounced out easily if anybody is able to bounce
You're
them
right.
out.
I think Phoenix. This may be their year.
They're gonna have
but
a- they're
wait,
gonna have
so
a
the
tough
next
time,
the
but-
next series is it looks like it's probably going to be the Jazz, right?
Yeah, Jazz up. Well, I don't know. I was watching the game yesterday. It started, but I don't know who won. I know the Clippers were doing their thing in the first half, but the separation was
Donovan Mitchell is ridiculous.
He is, man. He certainly. I'm telling you, that's why I said this the whole time. The talent is spread out in the NBA. Like it's not.
But the problem is
This is the best spread of
like
talent
Damian
that the
Lillard to
NBA
me.
has seen in some time.
He's like Damian Lillard to me. Damian Lillard in a sense that
With help, though. With help.
little
does
more
not
help.
have
Little more
really.
help.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a tremendous amount more help than Damian Lillard. But I put him in the same category because I feel like they're both small market players,
But they're both
big market
miss.
big market players playing in small markets,
Mhm.
right? They're kind of like the underdogs in a sense. So I put them in that, but I don't think that either team has what it takes to get to the finals. I think you're gonna see where Phoenix probably has an advantage is.
I think with an early exit
Your
from
advantage in
the
Phoenix.
Lakers
Phoenix
and
is-
from Steph this year, that a lot of people have what it takes to get to the finals because their road is going to be a little tiny bit easier.
Phoenix's advantage is the idea that they have somebody like Devin Booker and Ayton and all of these players, but
And Chris Paul,
but
who's a true point
that's
guard.
what I'm getting at. Chris Paul, who has a lot of playoff experience, right? Maybe not gotten to where he needs, where people, he hasn't gotten to the promised land, of course, but he has a tremendous amount of experience, veteran leadership, all of that. I've never been like a true like Chris Paul stan. I've only acknowledged how great he is. Like I'm just not like a big stan of his.
I mean, even in the NBA, they think that sentiment exists. So,
Yeah,
I mean, the thing with him is he's a true point guard, and he distributes well.
100.
He has great IQ and floor vision.
Fucking
And
intelligence,
with Devin
but-
Booker out there, who's fucking like he can't fucking miss for some reason. It's a deadly combination, and they're gonna go very, very, very far. They might take it. Their biggest competition. I see Brooklyn, Phoenix in the finals. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think so. Because who would Brooklyn? So right now, Philly and
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. No, is it? No, I don't
don't
think
know.
that's right. I don't think you're right there. I think
I
it's-
don't know.
I think Phoenix is actually facing. Fuck! Why can't I think of this right now?
I don't know, but-
Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta and Philly.
Woo, the Clippers did win yesterday, so now 2-1. And I'm not sure, like, by the time Tuesday comes, I don't know if they play again, but that's when this will be out.
And that's against the Jazz, right?
So Nets are playing the Bucks.
Nets
And
are playing
they-
the Bucks,
they
and they're
play
up
again
3-0.
2-1.
2-1? I thought it was 3-0.
2-1.
Oh, they about to go up 3-0.
Phoenix
or
is
3-1.
up 3-0 on the Nuggets. But Nuggets have also had some health issues.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, Nuggets are done. Jazz, I think, are going to get beaten at this point because what happened was that Paul George actually became like he actually played like Paul George yesterday, apparently,
Yeah, he definitely.
which is rare at this point.
76ers and Hawks are also the matchup currently. Philly's up 2-1. I don't think Atlanta's going to go past this series, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, they're a team that might squeak by a few times. Like
I think
they may
Philly's gonna close this series. To
you
be
think
honest,
Philly's going to win?
yeah.
What's the stand or what's it called the series at right now?
Series is 2-1, 2-1.
Hawks.
No, Philly's up.
Oh, then Philly probably might take it at this point because
Philly's
of
up. I
like
think
their
next-
advantage.
Their next game is tomorrow, so we'll see. I mean, I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Brooklyn and Phoenix. That's where I'm laying my hat. I think Devin Booker is an impressive talent, man. What's he?
Phoenix comes out of the West for sure.
Booker's what, a second year or third year player right now?
I think third.
Third. I don't think anybody really gave him the respect that they.
Well,
that
he
he's putting on the
he's
show right
he's always getting. I think people know. If you know, you know it's one of those things.
now. Yeah, as is it with most things, I guess.
Because Devin Booker, obviously, he be dropping points, man. Like
Yeah.
he be balling out there. But I think at the same time, like it's I don't know that Phoenix is a small market, but it's not the largest market team. So I think again, sometimes you get left in that shuffle.
If Chris Paul can't make it work there, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's had help in every place that he's been.
Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just has had a trouble or a hard time getting over the hump, and for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what kind of tools he's had. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's always just been better overall teams. Really, kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, talent is talent, and leader, whatever team has the more talent, generally speaking, probably gonna win.
I will say this. All the people who are like, "Oh yeah, LeBron," and they love LeBron. They are awfully changing their tune this particular playoffs. They're a whole lot
The tune
like,
sounds
"Oh
terribly
well, he doesn't care about basketball. He cares about Space Jam." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, he shouldn't care about Space Jam because it's not his movie. But also,
I think they should have.
why are you all of
he
a sudden
just-
changing your tune, people?
They should have just given LeBron a different move. You know
That's
what
what I think, 100%.
Like I don't think there needed to be.
You really
like,
want to be Michael more than Kobe.
Well,
like, Kobe
listen,
studied his moves and because
I-
he knew that the danger on the court that he had with that.
depending on how this all went down. If you were LeBron and
No, we
Warner
had this
Bros?
discussion before.
you
No,
wouldn't accept it,
if I was Warner Brothers, I would not
well,
be stupid
okay.
enough.
Well, Warner Brothers shouldn't be the one, but like if they were like, hey, remember the
No,
Family
I
Guy
wouldn't.
thing where you're Matthew McConaughey? Yeah, I know, man, but they keep throwing all these big
really-
chunks of money at me, and I keep making these movies. I'm sorry, man. I know.
I wouldn't because me personally, given I'm not a LeBron's level of
Maybe LeBron
professional
doesn't
career.
see. Well, are you
but-
saying about how you see Michael Jordan or?
Yeah, like I personally would not want to try to connect my legacy
Well,
to his. I'm trying to build my own legacy.
Obviously not. But if they said, "Hey, we got $100 million for you for just doing a movie with some fake ass cartoons, you ain't even got to do. You just be on a green screen, literally the whole time.
LeBron
You just be in one
LeBron
space."
joined Los Angeles, and he wore 23, and he made Space Jam 2. Bitch, no.
Well, I guess
all of those things. Get the fuck out of here.
Then they all go in line with the fact that he would make them.
They go all in line with the fact that he wants to be everybody.
Everybody or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fact that he went to the Lakers is a
Mhm.
little, or maybe he doesn't want to, or maybe he just. See, I don't.
I understand the
I'm not-
Lakers is a storied organization. And
Yeah.
There's been stars
If
for
he-
every
if he
era.
went,
I get it.
If he went to Boston next,
But like, yeah, that's the thing. You joined so late in your career. Like you have probably 2 seasons left if you care to play that long.
Okay, so what do you before completely off topic? Well, not off topic, but a little bit of a tangent. What do you think about in the long run how last year's championship will be viewed in the whole of the NBA's history? So there's an asterisk near the bubble season or bubble playoffs, right?
Of course, it's gonna be like that because you didn't have a normal situation. You didn't have the stands. You didn't have the travel. You didn't have the I mean, like everything was different.
Okay. So, because again,
But then also-
we weren't able to have these conversations, so they may be a little dated.
Mhm.
But if the Lakers hadn't, so if there was no bubble, right, and we played a regular season, do the Lakers win again last season? Probably so, right? Healthy?
No, that's only your
No,
take.
okay, no. I'm just saying, like,
No, I wouldn't say that.
So who would win? Do you think? I mean, just kind of like because we don't.
Let's say
the only reason
objectively,
we didn't-
everybody healthy across
we didn't get to have these conversations because we didn't start potting until a little later. So like, I kind of like to get an idea of where we were at because that was an unprecedented time that
So
we'll
if,
never be able to
so
speak about that.
So if
in the
last
moment
season
again.
teams as they are,
Everybody
was
like,
healthy, no bubble.
because we can't like speculate who was going to get injured. So let's say before I think it was like mid-March they decided no more games. Let's say before that, theoretically everybody's healthy across the league. Who wins the championship last year? Remember, there's no Nets the way they are currently constructed.
Not currently, but
And
they're close.
and Kawhi and KD weren't playing yet.
Well, you said everybody healthy.
Or known how they are, like You can't. They were unhealthy from the beginning of the season.
Well, if you're
right?
saying everybody healthy, I mean,
Okay.
because then LeBron, you
everybody
have to take him out too, 'cause he
everybody
wasn't
who
in
was out at the beginning of the season
Uh-huh.
from their whatever. I forget what happened with Kyrie, but I know KD had a hamstring or something like that, or calf.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, they were both not playing, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's say they weren't playing. So Nets aren't how the Nets are now. Just that caveat. And I can't think of anybody else that was truly like impactfully being out. I think I don't know if LeBron was out when that time was happening.
I don't remember.
All right, so let's just say that he's playing. The Lakers were how they were when they won. Who wins?
Well, we can't just take their only steep
No, no.
competition and say, "Oh, we're taking
No.
out some of their players."
Well,
'cause
that wasn't the
But
competition.
you
though. No,
said if they were healthy.
the Nets were bad last year. They weren't great. Like the Knicks. Knicks were fucking terrible. Oh, Tibbs got coach of the year. We have to acknowledge
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
I wish we had air horns and fucking a round of applause.
Yeah, we don't have all the sound effects.
Anyway,
Start getting some firecrackers in here.
I do want to get to that point, back to that, but I do want to before we forget.
Yes.
Congratulations to Coach
to catch Thibs.
to Kosh Tibbs, Coach Tom Thibodeau.
Yes.
I know he's not a Bulls coach anymore, but and he had his faults, but he's grown, I think, in his coaching style.
And again, people say his faults. I will always contest that because you're a professional player. You play 48 minutes. In one night.
True.
It's still how I feel.
2-time Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Both times with Derrick Rose.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to say that's a coincidence or because but I do believe Derrick is
Seems awfully intertwined.
Yeah, they
connected
are
to me.
very one and the same. Like I think
They're in sync.
they should have been together their whole careers.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I
yes.
think so. I'm very happy that he won that. I wish Derrick would have got sixth man. I think he deserved it more in the whole of the season.
And I'm sorry,
and the story of it and everything like that, right? Like in with everything included, Derrick probably should have been sixth man of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, Tibbs is probably one of the best coaches the Bulls have had since Phil Jackson. So,
Agreed for sure.
Yeah, give Vinny his respect and whatnot, and
Who?
Vinny down there growing.
No, you don't got to give none of those motherfuckers. Tim Floyd, fucking Boylan.
We had a lot of shitty coaches. So I don't know, but it's good to see him get his respect. You know, there's been I don't know who won last year, but there's Billy Donovan or something like that, right?
I don't care. It wasn't anybody that mattered.
I mean, for sure.
So
shout out to Tibbs. Shout
Yeah,
out
most
to the
definitely.
Knicks organization.
Yeah.
Well, not really.
I listen. I
Shout out
know.
to Patrick Ewing
I
and
know
the
it's
Knicks
weird.
organization.
It's weird to say go Knicks, but I just enjoy watching Derrick, who forever will be a Chicago Bull in my head, and a Chicagoan
I will
obviously
say
forever.
this: if they're talking about it, and I really hope he doesn't.
He
Los
might go to the
Angeles.
Lakers.
I hope not.
But I obviously
Don't
it's
go there.
I'm gonna have to root.
No, fuck that.
I might actually get.
Derek, if you go to Los Angeles, I will not root for you. Sorry.
No, I
ain't doing
would.
it.
He deserves to go to a situation where I think that because here's my fear is what I was thinking about at the end of the season with the Knicks for him is that they use him as trade bait for somebody else, which I would fucking fear that he would end up going to a deadbeat ass organization where it's not going to matter.
As I was saying on a different podcast, Joe Budden was just talking about this. You bring Damian Lillard to New York, and you have a different landscape.
Do you really
than what
think
you
that
had
the Knicks keep
Yeah.
Derrick Rose with the Damian Lillard
Yeah.
coming? No, they don't.
I do.
They don't.
I think so. His contract doesn't. He doesn't have a heavy contract for them.
He deserves a bigger contract
I
at this
agree,
point.
but
So he's gonna take how
has
much
money.
less?
If I think he'll give.
Listen,
up some
I
money
know he
to
has
win.
money, but you got to remember he
He'll-
signed a deal with the Bulls. It was like 2010, right?
Uh-huh.
So that ended 6 years ago.
But he also had a 10-year contract with Adidas.
That's
the money is not
that
an
is the
issue.
craziest thing of all
The
time.
money is not-
$250 million or
The
some
money
shit.
is not an issue for him. I think he's willing to take a pay cut to go and win a championship.
Yeah, but I also
And I
believe
think
he
if you
deserves
bring
to be
Damian-
compensated somewhat.
I
Don't
think-
be the team
well, for
that
sure.
doesn't compensate the
But
guy, even though he's willing
I think
to
if you bring
fucking
Lillard-
take less.
I think if you bring Lillard there, it really increases their shots.
I know, but I don't think. So my thing is I don't want Derek to become a player that. So he was a contributing factor and a large contributing factor right now. If you bring Damian Lillard, I don't know how big of a role Derek plays on the Knicks after. I mean, He'll still be veteran, whatever, but I don't believe he has the minutes. I don't think he has the contributions anymore.
You put him,
and I don't want to see him.
You put him at the 1.
I'd rather
you put
him.
Dame at the 2, and that's a 1-2 punch that.
I get what you're saying. I just don't feel.
Derek hasn't really had the luxury in his career of being able to play point guard because in the Bulls, before he had any help with Jimmy, he had to like literally do everything. The offense was him.
I just think that my fear is I think that he's not going to. So where our arguments start is that you think that Damian Lillard would come with the fact and Derek would be still on the team. My thought is...
I think you get rid of Julius Randle.
Oh, well, there's an argument for that, but I think if you're getting rid of Julius, you're probably going to end up getting rid of Derek. And I know you don't agree with that, but I think that in a world where you bring a big superstar there, I think you need trade bait. Derek is trade bait.
Listen, you also have Tom Thibodeau there, and
dude, if Derek ended up going to fucking the Blazers over a team that could possibly win it, like the Lakers, I would cry.
That's what I'm saying. I think like
dude,
he would
end up dying on the Lakers on the Blazers. It would be done.
If you wanted to get
Melo's about
that
to
trade
leave.
done with Thibodeau in place, you can make that happen and keep Derek. I think you can do it.
I don't think
it just depends if New York wants to do that.
I don't think that they want.
I think Dame wants out, and he's looking for a new situation.
But
so
you're gonna have to package some nice things up for that.
For sure, but
they may say, "Hey, I want Julius, I want Derek, and I want Toppin."
Maybe they say they want Julius, they want Taj, and they want.
I know you're saying that, but Taj is a diminishing asset. There's not much there for him right now. I mean, he's can contribute because he's fucking journeyman. He understands how they play the game. He's been in big battles, but Taj is not very a big asset to trade. That's where I am at with it. I'm afraid that that's the first thing that popped in my head. I promise you, when Derek played the way he played in the playoffs, I thought about it. I was like, okay, the problem with this is now that he's created a place where his stock is risen as well as it has based on what he played, how he played, and now the Knicks have a way or some trade bait, right? As much as you don't want to admit it, Julius Randle is trade bait, but I don't believe they get rid of the fucking former most improved player of the year. I just don't.
I think maybe they have a lot. First of all, okay, this is their roster, right? Derrick Rose, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Toppin, Quickly, Robinson. They have Nerlens Noel, Alfred Payton, Kevin Knox. They have a lot of trade pieces. I feel like they can definitely make something work.
Pieces that people want.
Quickly,
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know that. So I don't think they're going to get rid of RJ because RJ is coming along.
If the Knicks want to put themselves in a position to win now, like say you wanted to bring Dame in, and you wanted to win now, you want to put yourself in a position. Quickly's not going to get you there. Barrett's not going to get you there. Randall's not going to get you there. You keep Derrick Rose. You put Dame Lillard in place. You maybe secure another tall power forward or something like that.
The reality of the league is that Derek improved his stock. The Knicks now have the ability to acquire somebody else if they truly felt like they wanted to. Maybe, okay, listen, let's think about it. Derek is now in the league since, 2009, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that, 12 years? That's probably...
08, I think.
08, so 13 years. He's got two bad knees. I love Derek, but this is me looking outside in. He's got two bad knees. He's injury prone from time to time.
But you should also look at the fact that he wants to be in New York.
If they want young athleticism,
but why would they want that if they want to win now? They want somebody with veteran leadership and experience who can perform when it's crunch time.
I'm only playing devil's advocate here.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just telling you, like, you can have your opinion about it. I just personally believe that if the Knicks were smart and they wanted to put themselves in a winning position and for Dame, they would keep Derek on.
Agreed. I don't disagree at all. My argument to you though is that you said you would because there is a world where Derek gets traded. You acknowledge that,
mm-hmm.
And it's
Derek's been the journeyman now.
Do you acknowledge that it's equally as probable that of him staying right now, 50-50?
Probably.
Okay, so there's
but actually I would probably outweigh that like 55-45 because you have interest in both parties in New York.
Still pretty good chances. You never thought you'd see Derek get traded from the Bulls.
But what are the Lakers going to offer the Knicks? An injured Rondo?
No. Hold on. There's players that the
Who?
Knicks can offer. There's that. That's valid. That's valid. However,
Because the Knicks are going to trade. If they're going to make a trade like that, they're going to make sure they're putting themselves in a better situation.
So the fact that here's what will make that trade happen or not happen. LeBron thinks he wants Derek to come play with him and AD, right, as his point guard. The Lakers will find a way to make a trade package happen. Maybe if they I've never understood how it happens. I don't get it, but maybe they make a multi-team trade.
That's probably
what
would end up having to happen because the Knicks, like if you're the Knicks, do you want Rondo at point or do you want Derek at point?
That's a hard question because Rondo in the playoffs is a different story than
he is, but
probably
Rondo,
Derek in terms of a little bit because they both have really good leadership.
I think Derek just also has more weapons in his arsenal than
probably, but Rondo
does.
might be a little bit better in his leadership in the playoffs just based off of his.
I don't know because he's
a hothead. He's got a history. So I think it all depends, but again, you might see that's the thing. You might see Rondo get shipped to the Knicks with a couple of other whatever little assets, and next thing you know, you got Derek coming to Lakers. And my argument to you is, I'd much rather that situation. No. Listen,
never.
I'd much rather that situation
never come around.
than to see Derek go to a dead organization where you may never see him get to the point where he flourishes, or even worse than that to me, to see Derek just keep getting bounced around at the end of his career, like you've seen.
It'll be interesting
with Shaq at the end of his, because Shaq didn't want. I don't want to see Derek fucking go from. I don't want to see him bounce from Portland and then halfway through the season get traded to fucking New Orleans and then.
How old is Chris Paul right now?
Probably 34.
Let me double check this because I think he's older than that. Chris Paul. Because I have a possibility of a take here, but we'll see. Oh, he's 36 right now.
Oh, it's over. He's done in another season or two.
Do you think if they win this year that he'll retire?
No, because the reason I'll say no is because he's found a way to prolong his career and his play based on his play style. He's not very Well,
he's always been like that. He's never been the most athletic person.
He had an ACL injury in the beginning of his career.
Yeah, but I mean, he's never been like a high flying dunk fast.
Well, I don't mean in that. I mean his
he's just been crafty and very fundamentally sound.
He's deceptively quick, right? Or he looks slow, but he's quicker than it looks like.
Right.
But he doesn't overexert. He's not a very, you know what I mean? So like he's prolonged his style. LeBron, for instance, has to learn a little bit to run it. Like that's where the load management comes in, which I hate. But if you're thinking about it, that's how he's found a way to, because he doesn't know how to slow his play. LeBron like either is flying at the basket or he's gonna shoot a 3-pointer at you.
He only really has 2 years. So.
Yeah, so like he's got to learn to do that as well. But I think Chris Paul probably would think about it.
That's the one thing I've noticed with LeBron too. In his career, he's never really adapted his style of play.
No, it's never changed much.
Like as Michael, he learned when he's old. I gotta like slow it down. I can't dunk and go run to the rim like that anymore. So I gotta make sure I develop my shot. I can still, of course, do those little. You never know what you're gonna get. But LeBron never really adapted to his age, to his mileage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
and that's a big key to longevity in the league. And there's a lot of players that didn't. I think
we're going to see a drastically different looking NBA next season.
I think it may sound weird, but I believe centers are coming back. Big centers are coming back. With the idea that with Jokic, did you see the guy that did the Jokic? I
think
he was tall and no. So we'll get to that when we come back from the break. The Charles Barkley guy. But my last point about that is that I think with the MVP crowning of Jokic, which congratulations to him, though he's got a funny style to play and he runs kind of like.
But it's effective, man. It's effective.
Yeah,
the Joker,
Jokic,
the Joker.
But with his winning of the MVP as a 7-footer, I think that opens the door for.
But that's not the first time in recent history. Like Giannis did that recently.
There's a difference between Giannis and Jokic.
Yeah, but you're still talking about a 7-footer who.
Okay, all right. Let me
the big man is right.
Let me
the big man
that.
is coming back.
Yes.
But it's a different style of big man. A big man that can play from anywhere on the court.
Oh, well, obviously, but like I think the one that favors a little bit more back to basket.
I don't think the true center is coming back.
I think there's got, like you said, it's got to be a hybrid.
There's not position players anymore.
As if there was a scale, right? And the scale, okay, so if this was the scale, it used to be where to the left, towards your right, it was more favoring the
Stage left?
I don't know. Now you're confusing me. But it was more favoring the guy who was willing to shoot the three rather than post up and back to basket. I think now it's going to be more favoring the back to basket, but can still shoot the three, right? Before there was no ability to shoot the 3-pointer or play from the top of the key. You know what I mean? And somehow, some way, develop a shot for yourself outside of the 15 feet from the basket.
I agree and disagree. Number one, again, you're right. The last 10, 15 years was probably a point guard dominant league, like all the little guys with the athleticism. That was what took over everything. Now, yes, it's becoming more of a big players league, but a big player that is a playmaker that can get a shot anywhere. That they don't have they're not expecting you to back in and back them down in the paint, but they're not expecting you to shoot a three. They don't know where you're gonna go. That is the style of big man that is really kind of dominating things right now. A Giannis style. He can play from anywhere on the court.
Look at Giannis though.
But he plays like a point guard in a 7-footer's body.
There's just so much.
Anthony Davis, those type of big guys are the ones who are. So to your point, yes, big guys are coming back, but just like a different style.
It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
There's so much sports to talk about right now. It's crazy. It's playoffs going on, but
beautiful time of the year.
But we do need to take a break.
We sure do.
So we'll see when we get back.
All right. Had to take a little pit stop. I like to look at this as a journey. So we took a little pit stop.
Oh. You've been coming up with these analogies on your own, and
well, who else is going to come up with them?
People who go to carnivals love to watch podcasts at the same time.
That's not at all the point, and that's why you still don't understand.
I don't understand it at all.
I don't know what's not to get. I don't know how many times I've explained this to you.
Nothing about it makes
Everybody,
any sense.
Like the people who go to carnivals, you'll find all demographics there, right?
Sure.
So, if everybody is going to be potentially attending a carnival, I would like to think that everybody would potentially be watching the K and KP. That's Kiona and Kasson podcast for those of you who are like,
who don't know what the fuck that means.
I mean, there shouldn't be any secrets anymore. We've been on long enough,
I think somewhat.
So we left off talking about something basketball related.
Yeah, a lot. Well, I think we spoke basketball. Probably
there was something that you wanted to talk about. I felt like, but
it may come to me. But if not, it's all right. I think we talked a lot of basketball as it is.
I don't think there's too much, really. All right, well, whatever. Let's close that by just saying I gave my finals predictions. Are you in agreement, or are you thinking something else?
No, I think that's fine. That's perfectly
possible.
Perfectly possible.
Well,
I think
what
that
we're talking about though. Is that what you think?
The only thing that can happen that would change it is obviously what? Injury. So that's the only thing I would say.
Or an upset.
An upset, but I think especially with the Nets rely on their three superstars.
As most
hey,
teams
let's give it up for Blake Griffin a little bit. By the way, this guy's been dunking again. You got to feel bad if you're the Detroit Pistons. He lied to us.
He wasn't happy there either.
He duped us.
He was like Andre Drummond, just another talent that was going to be wasted there.
A lot of players get wasted in
I'll tell you what, though, when
markets that they don't need to be in.
When Drummond was on the team, I went to a Bulls game that they went to 4 overtimes with them. The Bulls did not come out on top, but it was
the Bulls did not win that battle.
I was like, man, that was a dope game to be there for. It was like an extra hour of basketball.
That is pretty dope. You could be like, yo, I watched.
And the nice thing was, I was at the bottom of the 100th level, pretty much.
That's dope.
But I was behind the basketball.
I was at those seats. Yeah, remember?
They're cool seats, though. I mean,
they're cool, but the problem is they are literally right behind the basket, so you can't see. They're not right behind. They're like row 16 or something like that.
Yeah, they're a few back, but you're still on the floor pretty much.
Your floor seats,
and you're just over one. Luckily, you weren't completely behind the.
But it distorts your whole view for the most part. But it's
cool.
Good, it's cool.
You get that whatever side you're on. I think we were on the visitor side, so you see when the game starts, whatever. The visitors. I was gonna say, shit.
It's
cool. I mean,
it was cool. I remember because me and Pops we took those 2 tickets that one time, and then you went on the same tickets.
Dude, we had a couple of cool little sections.
When we sat at the because remember we sat directly where the visitors were leaving.
Yeah, we went to watch the Grizzlies play the Bulls, and they were.
I remember that we were like, because. So there's the floor on the side. It was like we were like row 6 or 7, like essentially, and we were right at the gate.
We're like really like when you see them going through and they're like dapping people up. We were literally like right at high five level.
Oh, that's
like,
the story. That's exactly where Mario Chalmers looked at me like, "Don't be mad at me. Don't be mean to me." Me.
That was a hilarious.
Fuck Mario Chalmers.
Listen, that's how I feel about the entire Heat roster that year. So I mean, whatever,
100. But yeah, no, those were good seats. I've also sat in the worst seats possible up there, like the top.
No. There's one place, the worst seats, which honestly it wasn't really that bad. I went to go and watch the Mavericks in Dallas. I forgot who they were playing, but it was cool. It was like the season before Dirk retired, I think.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
So we were went to go visit cousins there or whatever, and we were like all the way at the 300. Like my back was against the wall. Like there was nobody behind me. I was at the top.
There's got to be a weird feeling.
It was a last minute thing, and I think we paid like $20 for the tickets. So I was like, whatever, let's go watch. Like I never seen Dirk in person, so I mean, I still didn't really see him.
You didn't see anybody.
No, it wasn't that bad though. Like honestly, because
basically had like a cool ass seat to watch the big ass. Did they have a jumbotron?
They had, I think so.
Matter of fact, they didn't have no fucking jumbotron. I was just there. I didn't even. You could have told me there was no game going on, and I still would have been like, all right, I have to believe you because we're so far up. I can't tell what's going on down there.
At least now I could say I watched a game there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nosebleed or not, like we saw Michael Jordan play in the nosebleeds, and we were still in the building. So fuck that, fuck y'all.
And in that playoff atmosphere. That we were in the playoffs. It was like 98, right? I think that was his last season.
You'd be like, which one of them is Michael fucking Jordan? You gotta like pinpoint Michael's bald ass head.
I'm pretty sure we had binoculars with us at that game.
Yeah, we did. We did, but for sure. But you had to pinpoint his bald ass head and just watch it. And if you lost it, you had to like close your eyes and like refocus again. And you'd be like,
I will say, man, we got to big up our pops because we went to a lot of live sporting events and shit.
Yeah, he would definitely try to go to as many as he could.
Yeah,
because
the funny thing is, he didn't like the only soccer games we went to go and watch in person was when he was playing with the cousins. He never like tried to take us to.
Yeah,
but I guess at that point there wasn't like a Chicago Fire that like had a
Chicago Fire didn't come around till like late '90s, early 2000s,
something like that. Yeah,
some around that time. So
and I don't even know if they were like the major market team that they are now. Like this. What do you call it? The American
I remember him
Soccer
watching
League?
them as soon as they started playing. He started watching the Chicago.
What is
Fire.
it, like the ALS or some shit like that?
MLS.
Okay, well, whatever. They didn't like. I don't know.
ALS,
they weren't in the market.
What the fuck would that stand for?
American
Soccer League Soccer.
American League of Soccer.
It's Major League Soccer.
Well, all right, whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything about soccer. All things.
I don't think about it. Well, we're talking about it.
I'm just saying that I'm surprised that he.
Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. I keep hitting that fucking thing.
I don't know why. This is the first
My elbows are right there.
that Kobe book has been up there for weeks now. And,
hey, Kobe!
Full disclosure, I haven't read that, but also because
Adam don't read.
Well, that's true. I mean, I read. I just don't read books.
There ain't no books in this room to be.
Here's
perfectly honest.
First of all, there's a Marvel book right there full of shit.
Okay, there's another book.
And the other books that I have, I didn't take them out of the boxes when I moved into this house because I will not read them.
Don't read.
Yeah. I mean, like,
well, there's certain books. There's like coffee table books.
That's a coffee table book.
Well, it's not even on the fucking coffee table.
And now I was trying to find that Jordan book too, the hardcover, and I don't know where the fuck that I'm gonna find. I probably have to
Which
order.
One?
What's
For the Love of the Game?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it maybe have come. I may have came.
1,000%
in a hardcover. I have it in soft cover.
Yeah.
I actually have it too. I have the one McDonald's actually gave.
I'm gonna have to bring over a couple of those towers of shoes and put them on this side so I can put his book up here.
I think it would be dope if we moved
right
it
next
a little
to his
bit.
picture, huh? Come on now. That'd be a great place.
Shit.
Yo, scale of 1 to 10. We probably got the dopest fucking set here by now. I'm saying,
It's
it took a
evolving.
while. It took a while for it to evolve. If you go back to like the first like 10 episodes.
Oh,
You just see
the
how
set is bare. It's fucking like,
the
what the fuck
the
are these guys
quality is-
doing? Where are they at? In a
the
waiting
quality
room?
is ass. Like if you look at our glow up, man, over the 3 years, like we've done a great job. We've came
Yeah.
along.
It's funny how we've been doing this for 3 years now.
No, not really. We actually there's
Well,
been doing it for 2 years.
yeah, I guess we did take. Everybody took pandemic off. What ain't my fault?
Yeah, but we took like an entire year off. People figured it out and came back faster.
Yo, it was it's
Whatever,
true.
you know.
It's pretty it's pretty weird. So like we went to go get pizza yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and
I saw you went to Roots, right?
yeah, that's my shit, man. But like I wasn't super hungry. Like I was like I'm hungry, but like I could wait a little bit. So Vivi's like, she had gotten back from like a pretty long bike ride, so we decided to go eat. And it's funny because obviously the city now, if you're not aware, Chicago opened up again on the 11th, which is cool, man. Whatever. I think it's nice to be able to see if we can get back to some semblance of normalcy. But the issue there is that it seems like, I guess it's always going to feel premature.
I have all kinds of issues with it. I took a screenshot of something that they said the CDC is set to hold emergency meeting following increasing cases of heart inflammation in those who have taken Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. So let me just go ahead and reiterate: I will not be getting vaccinated anytime soon.
Yeah.
But also, or vaccinated, vaccinated. But also, like,
Vaccine.
it's great that like
You
the
don't
city is
gotta
opening
poke
back
me
up.
with that needle.
It's great that the city's opening back up, but there's still questions surrounding the vaccine for me outside of this whole heart inflammation thing. Like that's another issue I need. Like okay, they say they're 88% effective against the new variant, the Delta, whatever, right? How did you figure that out so fast? First of all, I don't think that it's possible. And then also like every 6 months to 12 months, you're gonna have to take another shot for this shit.
Listen, I'm not on board with.
I'm gonna just keep my
vaccine right
mask
now.
on, bro.
Yeah, but okay, so that's what I'm getting at, right? Like, it's funny. We walked in the pizza place, and because if you're vaccinated, see what you did? You
See?
fucked me up. My English is as bad as your non-reading asses. So, anyway,
What's the last thing you read? What's the last book you read?
never, motherfucker.
Exactly.
No, I last book I read was it's called The Outliers.
You read the whole thing?
Yes,
How many pages is it?
like 270.
Okay. See, the last book that I attempted to read, and I only got like 60% of the way in. I don't know why, man. This is what always
Outliers,
happens.
I think it's called.
This is what always happens with books for me. I never finish the whole thing because I just get bored somewhere at some point. But Shoe Dog was the last one that I was reading.
Well, if it's got to be something.
That's the Phil Knight story.
That goes with everything, though. You're not going to do anything you don't want to do,
But that's one that
that's why we got to quit our jobs.
I'm pretty positive. Well, for sure. I think the last book that I actually read the entire thing was The Salt in His Shoes by Michael Jordan.
Oh, I was going to say the salt on your shoulder, old salty ass.
Yeah, I mean, but not a reader, not a heavy reader anyway.
Yeah, but okay. So what I was getting at before Adam explained how illiterate he possibly might be.
Well, you keep telling me about how I don't read, so I was just trying to get at that. When's the last time you read a book?
Terrible. Anyway, so listen, I was talking. We went to the restaurant. Nobody's wearing masks because if you're vaccinated, you don't got to wear a mask technically, right? Whatever.
Mhm,
Cool.
That's what they say.
We go into the restaurant. Host not wearing a mask. Hostess. There's a host. If it's a boy, it's a man. It's a host, right? Or host. I don't know. The person that was at the fucking desk telling me to go where I need to go. They weren't wearing a mask.
The word hostess just makes me want like a
yeah. Remember when Hostess went out of business for a little bit? Everybody's like, ah! All the fat people
Wonder Bread was
all
out of
the fat
business.
people running around, fucking scared for their lives. Anyway,
Hilarious.
so they no, not many people are wearing a mask in the restaurant. It's weird. And then I saw a few people, so I was like, all right, I don't feel terrible, but it's like it's weird because you're now trying to adjust to being like. Now, before everybody looked like a ninja, now you're walking around and you got the ninja look.
Here's my beef with this, right? We are essentially on the honor system as far as
like you gotta trust motherfuckers.
Listen, man,
like
in,
you can't
in the
trust
state of the world
motherfuckers
today. I don't trust not a one of y'all, not a single one.
But it's funny how things have adjusted. When we went in last time, we went in there, they had the plexiglass dividing it. Now the plexiglass is gone.
But like, man, it's not gone like that. Like that's my thing. This motherfucking virus keeps finding ways to like morph and change into like a stronger and like less fucking avoidable virus. Like this thing is trying to come for everybody.
Man, it's like a Power Ranger. Like every time you go get it, it adds another one of the fucking Power Rangers to it. It's
Motherfuckers like every time you kill me, you make me stronger. I don't know, but like I personally feel like if you are going to make the decision to ditch your mask because you got vaccinated, I feel like it should be mandated that you have like a lanyard with like vaccinated.
You should put we should like put V's on you.
Get like a tattoo.
Like, is this guy a virgin or is he vaccinated? I don't know.
So this opposite of the scarlet letter.
You got to make that shit better.
Oh Lord, whatever, man. I don't know, but yeah, I still don't trust people, and I'm still not like super on board with this whole thing. Yesterday, I went to Home Depot. Right, I'm in a point in my life where I need to go buy a new bed, and I haven't really done the research yet. Because again, another thing is like I don't want to go and buy a bed without trying like laying on it first, like that type of thing. I'm not trying to go into any of these fucking mattress stores and lay on beds right now.
Hey, I was listening to the podcast, Victory podcast. Right, this is it's on topic. Okay. I promise. And so Kevin Connolly, who played E on Entourage, this is what this podcast is about. It's Victory Podcast. Kevin Connolly, Kevin Dillon, and Doug Ellen, who is the writer and all that of the show, creator. Great podcast. If you're an Entourage fan, definitely recommend it. Either way, Kevin Connolly's talking about how he's looking for. He was out one day looking for specific pillows for his wife, who's also pregnant. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm a little far back, so she may have had the baby already. So he's like on the hunt for these specific pillows for this mattress that she. Anyway, he's looking. He finds them, right, and apparently it's like 6 weeks out, and he's like, well, what can I do? And he says he sees the floor model, and he buys the floor models, and it didn't go over well with his wife because he was like, the guy was like, so let me get this right. You bought the pillow that everybody during a pandemic has been trying on, touching, sleeping on.
That's the thing. Right. So, okay, I'm at the point, obviously, I want to go buy a new bed, but I'm taking my time and getting there because I'm trying to proceed with caution. So, my bed is all fucked up. It's really like the box spring underneath that's really got the issue. So I went to Home Depot yesterday to buy some plywood pieces to throw underneath it.
Yo, plywood's mad expensive right now, right?
Dude, it costs like $15 a board, and they were not full-size boards.
Yeah, so we just got somebody to quote us on a part of the house that's going to be fixed, and we were talking about wood prices, and he said that a piece of plywood, like some subflooring, would used to cost $25 is like $50 now.
I was expecting to go and pay $7 for each one, not fucking.
I brought $7.50 for this. What are you talking about?
Like, can I just take these? What else can I have for free? But no, so I was like,
that reminds me, dude, of a story.
It's honestly like super fucking ghetto ass fix that I put together, but it definitely helped a lot. So anyway, I went to Home Depot and there was a couple walking around, and it's like. It's so funny because this is the only two people in the store that didn't have a mask on. And you can see them looking around at everybody, trying to see like if they were being judged for not having masks on. And they were 1,000% being judged for not having masks on. I'm like, it's just weird to go out into the world without a mask now, I feel like.
It is a little weird. That's what it's taking so long. So the adjustment, I think I brought it up. Before we had to adjust to a world with a pandemic, right? With things we had no idea, like you got to clean off your groceries.
And I will not stop doing that now either.
I stopped that a while back.
Fuck that, I ain't stopping that.
So you got to clean. I mean, I clean fruit and shit, but
touch too many people's hands on the way to.
You got to clean off your groceries. You got to.
If you knew more of the supply chain, like my grocery store working ass,
I get it. I do know it, but I mean, at the same time, I don't care. Like, I mean, we've cleaned it off.
People in the warehouses, man.
But so we all that we had to adjust to masks and social distancing and all these things that
unprecedented times.
Right. Now we got to get used to a time where that's kind of going away again, which is either it's probably premature, it's all these things, but it's just an adjustment again, and we have to adapt again, and that's the weird part about it. So it is what it is. So you reminded me when you were talking about damn, I lost my train of thought.
When I was talking about Home Depot and people looking at you weird. When
no, before that.
Without wearing masks.
No, before that.
The bed thing.
Yeah,
Putting
but
plywood underneath my mattress.
oh yeah, we were right there. Hold on, fuck. What? It was in my head.
The
Hold on.
prices of wood.
Oh, okay. So this is perfect lesson, like how they don't teach you anything in school, right? Not even a little bit.
I'm glad I was
Barely
somehow
anything.
able to.
Yeah,
wrap
yeah,
that
yeah.
around.
It kind of it got to that. Anyway, so I remember when PlayStation 2 came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had
Great system.
I had the money. We still got it somewhere. I got to find it from Daniel before he fucking sells it.
Mom was talking about it the other day. I'll look for
I
it.
got to actually, yeah, get it, and we can store that properly.
Yes.
So I remember when I went to go buy it, and this is the outcome. I'll go like I'll kind of like jump back and from the end to the beginning, and this is why the PlayStation 2 was both of ours, because I had gone to. I was working at that time, like in high school. I think I was working at Sears.
Yeah.
Which I'd gotten. That's a whole nother story for another day. Well, maybe that's probably a Patreon story. It's probably going to be about 25, 26
If you
minutes.
remember back early on in these podcast days, I was trying to start a segment on YouTube.
Patreon.
Called Way back when.
Well, this is a good way back then story. You might have to sit and have two parts to this shit. Sad as hell. Anyway,
Get some scotch.
so I had a little bit of money, probably not a lot, but like as a whatever,
A few
60
dollars.
Yeah. So I knew PlayStation was coming out. Shit was $2.99, right?
Having difficulty getting. Man, I'm about to invest in a lazy boy for this name.
And I think it was $2.99, and I'm like, cool. Tax, right? I'll count for tax. How much is tax usually? And now, as my
At
young,
that point, probably what 8%.
I wasn't thinking percent. I was just thinking about what I
7.6%.
usually pay on tax on things, right? Like, all right, well, for $100, I just need like $10 extra. I think I brought $309, right? $309. Fucking mistake. I was like, all right, cool. No, here's why I only brought what I brought. Because I asked the stupid motherfucking probably other teenager who was on the line when I asked,
Like,
hey,
yeah,
I called, right? I'm like, yo, I'm trying to buy this PlayStation 2, right? But I don't got a lot of money. I just got enough. So can you tell me how much it's going to be with tax so I can come in that bitch and buy it?
Right.
He's like, yeah, it should be this, and this. So I think he told me like 308.
Like, so
I'm
you
like-
ain't ring it up, huh? You ain't just put this.
Yeah, that piece of shit. Anyway, so I go there. I got it. I'm like, woo-hoo-hoo-wee! Literally that way. And
There's a feeling you can't have right now because all those systems are still sold out.
I still remember how I felt. I was like, it's that little purple box, whatever it was. It was like blue purple. And I remember I like they ring it up and it's like with tax, like
Dog snapping downstairs right now.
it was like $329 something. I was like, I wish I knew if you were the person I talked to, because I got $310 right now. Can you do something for me right here? So basically, long story short, I couldn't afford PlayStation, so I went home with my money. That was cool, and Mom ended up doing half and half, or like she put like $100 on what I had, and she was like, but it's part of your brother's too, so it's not 100% Adam's. Like it's mostly mine, but but that's the story of how high school or no school teaches you nothing about anything you need, because tax is real, yo. They take it out your check. Take it out.
But let me explain to you how that's only a thing here in North America, and I'm not sure if it's like that even.
Okay.
Yeah, I think probably Sarah just got home or something like that.
Okay.
It's all good. They can't hear it anyway. Fuck, where was I at now? Damn it.
Oh, North America.
Oh, yeah. So if you go to like Europe, for instance, they include the tax in the price. So when you go to the shelf,
It's just that.
that's exactly what you pay.
Why don't they just do that here?
Because America is stupid. And we have to be different than everybody.
we do.
Like,
have
why
to
the
be
hell do you have to
everybody.
say plus tax? Just, hey, including tax. I like when you do it like that, and I know exactly what I'm paying for.
Yeah, I know what, and also you disguise how much I'm paying you extra, so I don't want to know that.
$49.95 plus tax.
They are snapping down there.
Yeah,
Look like they are, like there's like a dog fight down there. There's not, because those dogs don't do that. They're too little. Those poodles will be like, they'd be like trying to lick you.
Yo, I forgot what movie it's from, but you ever heard of? Oh, you started a howl. I forget which. It's one of these fucking animal movies. But essentially, I put all three of these dogs out on the deck the other day, and one of them started, and then the other two started, and then a black down, you hear this fucking German Shepherd, and he's going. And then there's another little fucking like Jack Russell Terrier behind us, and he's going.
All howling?
And no, they're not howling. They were just barking at each other. But that's
they're having like a conversation.
I don't know, but I'm like,
yo, what up?
there's so many fucking dogs.
Where
in
you
this
at? I'm over here, yo. When'd you move here? I've been here like 2 years.
Like, oh yeah, that's your cousin. All right, come on.
Be like, hey, Jim, you hear these guys? They said they're fucking here for like 2 years. They didn't even know they were here. It's like that Family Guy episode where Brian pisses on the top of that mountain, and everybody's like, son of a bitch.
It's like I own this now.
They'll know.
But yeah, man, it's very quick with these guys. Oh.
All right, well, take it live. Take it live, man. We are live.
Oh, hello. The front door's not unlocked? No. All right, well, I'm coming down.
Adam took that live, so I'll let Adam run while I talk. Should we do that?
Walk so
I'm gonna entertain you while he's doing his thing. Yeah, I know. Listen. I don't know where to go from here. All right, so here's a fidget spinner, right? And what my problem with these fucking things is I can never do it properly. Like, it just falls out of... Who are these fucking people that can just perfectly balance a fucking fidget spinner? It's the worst fucking invention. The fuck. Hopefully he comes back, because this is a 2-man pod, and I don't know if I could ever carry a podcast by myself. You know, how heavy would that be anyway? Nobody knows. So I'm going to take this time to let you guys know we got shirts coming. Adam may not be happy I'm saying it, but we got shirts coming. So, you know, be on the lookout. Patreon, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Why not? Oh, look who's back.
Let me just say, I already cannot wait to edit this and see what you're talking about.
I was talking about nothing, really. I was just plugging shit. I was just plugging shit.
Telling people just to subscribe.
Yeah, I told them about shirts.
Oh.
Said, hey, we got shirts coming.
Yeah, we're working on those things.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let me see. There's a couple things that I
screenshotted
that wanted to
out
talk
of
about.
shape.
Listen, man.
He went down 14 stairs, and the door is right there. Look at him. He's like, I'm going to beat you at basketball.
Fuck you.
Adam isn't going to beat anybody when he's going to be playing me.
Listen, you go ahead and assume that if you like. But just know, you're probably going to be
Should we
embarrassed.
predict? Can we predict a score?
Go ahead.
All right,
Be vastly different.
Firstly, have we discussed the specifics? Are we going to what, 11?
Are we invoking a win by 2 rule? Or
Are we okay? Are we playing by 1s and 2s?
We should play by 1s to 11.
No 2s?
No 2s.
I think 2 should be there because we're both old.
And we should go to 21.
Oh man, that's a long game. That shit has the potential to be forever. Like, dude, I think at 14 each, we're all gonna have to sit down. Even the guy who's recording, because most of the time it's gonna be as old as we are.
Listen,
so we're all
I mean,
just gonna
we
be
take
sitting there like,
we take
dude,
a halftime during
I
the
am
pod.
out of shape.
We take a halftime during the pod. We could take a halftime during. Listen, we dictate the rules of our own game.
Time out. Time out.
Is anybody
He's
professionally
the fastest
trained?
kid alive.
Is anybody professionally trained as a referee that would like to
I know some
officiate
refs.
this game? We should have it officiated.
I know some referees. I do. I don't know
Okay,
why
that's fine.
funny.
I'm saying let's have it officiated.
Like, fuck you, ref.
It was a bullshit call. It was a biased.
Why are you even here? You hired me.
Pay
No,
you
I don't.
$10.
I think we're really going to have to go off the honor system. It's going to go by 11s to 1s, to 11 by 1s. I do kind of like the idea.
If Mike wants to actually be in the stands while this happens,
Okay, how about the
he can
how
be
about
the tie-breaking vote.
16 by 1s and 2s. Because I do like the idea of having 2s.
All right, fine. 16 by 1s and 2s. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. And we'll do it like that. And then we'll best of 3. They may not be played in the same day or week, but we will. but best of 3.
We played some horse again before we started. This is becoming a tradition.
Adam got his ass bust.
No.
Yeah, you
First
did.
of all, I lost twice. I didn't get my.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or you win by a mile. Winning is winning.
Shut your dumb ass up, Vin Diesel. It does matter.
How old is Vin Diesel? Like, he's fucking got to be 67 at least, playing fucking
possible.
Dom.
Yeah, I don't know. They're still going, and you know what? I think
they're going to space this time. That's miraculous.
I think like
and
5
crazy
movies
at the
back.
same time. What, they went to space 5 movies back?
No, like I don't think I've seen like the last 5 Fast and Furious installments.
I've watched them. They're not. I don't know if I watched the last one, but they've been getting
Did you
a little
watch
out.
Hobbs and Shaw shit?
No, I never watched that.
I figured that would probably be entertaining. Hopefully, like just like if they're gonna take a Fast and Furious kind of thing and give it like a little spin-off,
Sounds like a
maybe
crab
it's
house.
more like action packed. I
want to go Hobbs and Shaw tonight. They got some good crabs.
But you got Jason Statham and The Rock. Like, seems like a pretty action packed little thing. I don't know.
I guess.
But also, I still haven't even seen the last Bad Boys. So I don't know.
Bad boy, what you want?
I'm behind on a lot of shit.
I've
I've just been focusing on like series.
Now that things don't officially come out at movie theaters, I don't even know when it's out. And I
I
don't even go to the theater. I just like to know when things
it's
are out.
on HBO Max if it's in the theater. So
I don't
just
got
watch it on
HBO Max. You got it. And I just keep forgetting to like actually log in.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to remind
It's
me.
just
I'm not going
one-
out of my way to remind you.
It's just one more fucking thing to watch. I try to avoid all this.
I mean, I hear you, but like, let me just tell you, the same way I am with my music, it's largely the same way I am with TV. Like, I go back and watch the same series before I go and start a new one. If I start a new series, like it's got to be like a 3-part, like something that's not going to soak up multiple nights.
I think we've discussed this, but for me, the way it works is I don't really care to watch a series that's like an hour long because honestly, it just takes too long to get through, and it's a big commitment. Like the reason why I like The Office, the reason why I like Entourage, things like that, are because the episodes really only run 24 minutes, probably max. You know what I mean? So you can bust through 2 of them in less than an hour, and you've put a dent in it. But you may not even make it through a full episode if you only stay for an hour in like certain shows. That's
It
why I haven't
depends.
done Breaking Bad. That's why I haven't done-
Like you have hour episodes without commercials. That's 45 minutes instead of the hour long, so that's better. But I need before I start a new series, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like same thing with like what Dave Chappelle said on that fucking R. Kelly sketch. I need like 4 or 5 of my guys, maybe my grandmama there.
Grandma
to verify
taking
my
notes.
identity. Neil there taking notes. I need
a
a few people to co-sign the shit that I trust their opinion.
even a cosign doesn't really matter to me, man. Like I just don't really feel like
like I know people talk like Snowfall.
there's just too much. There's too much. Like you got to pick and choose. Like you can't watch every television show that ever came out. Otherwise, what are you doing with your time? Like if I traveled a lot and I was like on the plane so often that I was like, all right, let's throw something on maybe. But we're not there yet. No. Maybe one day with this K and KP shit. But you know,
man, those flights will be optional, and we will be taking that option pretty much every time. So,
so it's not optional.
Well, no, it's optional. Like if we got to the point where we were traveling like that because the podcast was doing well, we would just be taking flights to go where we wanted to go, not business related.
Well, I would hope that it could be business related. I'm trying to get that money.
Well, no, for sure, but like
appearances, we just sitting there like
I like my business to involve as few people as possible. Like I don't need a whole lot of moving parts.
Well, I'm saying like
I don't mind
for
helping.
Appearance. Like what if they were like, "Yo, y'all can get this quick 100K." That would be nice.
Like I don't want too many. I don't want too many partnerships.
Be around. You know, we want you to be here. That sounds like a pipe dream.
I want my money generated more naturally. I don't want to have to like fucking make a partnership with corporations that are trying to get rich off of me.
I'm not talking about being those people that go do club appearances for like $1,700. Although I would do a club appearance for $1,700.
Hell yeah, what the fuck? Yo, if all you want from me is to show up somewhere and you trying to cut me a check
and give me some,
I'm there.
Like you give me a bottle and some money? Shit, I'll do that.
Like that's what rappers started doing. You go into their IG page, they're like, "Oh, appearances,
promoters,
hit up my manager, and then we can. I charge you $100,000 for appearances." Like, bitch, I ain't paying you 100 racks to just come here. No, I don't know you. I just want you to like rap or something. I don't need all that.
Dude, I'm telling you, fuck that. But no, I mean, that'd be nice to get a little bit of money. You know, I'll take that. But I was gonna say something, but I got blinded by the thought of cash right now because
It is a blinding thought.
Nah, but
much like
it is what it is, you know. But like, and that just comes with the work. Like I think a lot of people fail to realize, like, you know, me and Adam, we wish we would have been able to continue during the pandemic because we'd be in the mid 100s in terms of our episodes, and that'd be something else, you know. But
We'd probably be at like 120 something.
no, I mean, if we had continued for the full year, we'd be almost at like 140 something. Because we're at 96 right now. If we continue 52 episodes,
Yeah, it would have been nice to not have to have a whole year off there, but it is what it is.
exactly. And
Came back bigger and better.
yeah, we came back. We we honed in again.
We have the most subscribers that we've had so far. Woo!
Word up, man. You know,
It'd be nice
I
to
mean, it doesn't
double,
seem
triple,
like a big
quadruple that,
number,
but
but
whatever.
you know, Vivi was telling me about a podcast of a friend she knows that after a year they got like 50-some subscribers, and I was like, you know, or initially before doing this, I would have thought that it's not a lot. It isn't, and in the grand scheme of things, it's you know, whatever it is you want to say,
Yeah.
but I think the thought with this is, one, you enjoy it, like.
It's a passion project. I mean,
Yeah, it's a passion project. Like
the work is after and before, kind of, but the rest of it, I mean, it's not work right now. Like we just
No, I
bullshit.
mean, I know on Sundays I'm gonna come kick it with my brother. We're gonna bullshit, talk, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you know, we try to release it in a creative way to you all, and hope that you all like it.
Word.
And, you know, we always are trying to strive to do a little bit better, and figure out how we can make this thing grow, what we can add to the production, what we can add to the set. We always have.
I
These
think we just need to
conversations.
work on our advertising. This is the big thing.
We gotta
I think
really.
we gotta get
we're
some
gonna
exposure.
we're gonna start being more active on our socials. The KNKP, the Kiona Kasson podcast, Instagram. We're gonna start doing more. We're gonna start, you know, showing off kicks of the pod, things of that nature. We're gonna try to be more.
You don't have to make an announcement for everything.
No. But
you
like,
just completely
well, I
kill
was
our
just
shit
talking.
by
I
making
was
so
gonna
many
say.
announcements.
Well,
We got things coming.
that, but I'm saying that I was talking about to her about like it's all goes into the perspective of what is a large amount of subscribers, and
For sure.
you know, the work is the work. It's the
gig
work is the
gig,
work, but it's not work.
Yeah.
You know, so if it was work, we wouldn't really want to do this. If I had to come here and like, we got to talk.
Yeah, if it felt like it was inconvenient.
Yeah, like I
No.
wouldn't want to do it. So, you know, I was like, you know what? That's not for a year. You know, all it takes is one episode, one set of eyes to see it. All it takes is, you know, your personality to finally shine through one episode.
Yeah,
That's all it
man. It's
takes.
like, you know, it's the difference between an artist who remains unknown and has a breakout single. Like,
It's it. And I know that there's a lot of podcasts. I think the last I heard is it's like 1.2 million podcasts
say,
out
like
there.
5,000 new ones a day or
It's
something like that.
ridiculous. And
But they don't tell you on the other end of the 5,000 a day are dying as well. You know?
yeah, because I mean, how often are people really going to stay consistent enough to record, and not to toot our own horn, but to get to 96 episodes, right? Like
yeah.
it's no small feat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Consistency.
regardless if you ever become known or famous for it or recognized, whatever the word is you want to use, you know, it's
Popular.
to say that you've had the consistency and the ability to stay, you know, really just dedicated to it and creating as many episodes as you can quality wise.
Yeah.
You know, there's some to that,
And working to
even if
deliver
even if
high quality product.
even
you
if nothing came from this, right? Even if we did this for till 200 episodes and nothing came, we have a large portion of the last few years documented in it's kind of cool to have.
And obviously, there's proof that doesn't really matter that much to us because we're 3 years in and we're still sitting here doing this. We have
Just
140 subscribers.
Yeah, keep
It's
going.
not like,
you know,
important to, I mean,
all,
it'd be
all we
dope,
know
for
is we
sure.
hope that the ones who are really watching really do enjoy it, man. And
Some notoriety would obviously be dope, but it's like clearly
only
it's not a make or
because
break.
obviously, you know, only with notoriety, because with that comes a larger audience and more people you can speak to, and
Mhm.
you know, people you can appeal to and build a relationship with. You know, obviously, hopefully, with that you would hope that monetary gain comes from that,
The ability
because-
to sink more into production, and
right?
all that
You
as
know,
well,
and to dedicate more of your life to it, because obviously we all have 9 to 5s, and
which is a necessity.
it's a
unfortunately, at the
necessity right
moment, you
now,
know?
and you know, it's just a matter of, you know, we, like you said, we only have 140, but I don't even like to say only. We have 140 subscribers.
I say only because I mean, again, it's
There's a lot more to be had, hopefully.
right. Yeah.
But you know, we don't put any less into the show with knowing that it's 140 than if it was
to
140,000.
give you some emphasis,
You know what I
here,
mean?
we have not made a single dollar from this show. However,
Not a
we
dollar.
have continued to buy more things to improve the show.
Right, like
Nevertheless.
we're always looking to improve it. Regardless, you know,
I bought a whole house to improve the show.
we're sinking. You know, it's not like we sink money into it, but we do put money into it, and usually, you know, it's obvious that maybe there's going to be some gain at the end of it, hopefully, but that's not something that you got to really go into this hoping for. So if you're somebody who watches that thinks about doing a podcast, like we're by no means like the most professional in the game, but we have been doing it for a while, and I like to think we've caught a stride to some extent. So just know if
we've been talking to each other for a lot of years.
Yeah, so I would just say, last thing before we probably get into sneakers is just if you have the thought to start a podcast, just do it, man. Like if you
do it, but understand that you're going to have to devote time to it.
So much growing pain.
You're gonna want to make sure that like
it's consistency. That's what I've been preaching the whole time. Is like the only words I've been really using is consistency, because
you got to start it. You got to keep working. Man. You got to make sure, like keep some things. As you see when you go to our YouTube page, like the thumbnail of the picture is always the same font and format.
It's just the little things that you wouldn't anticipate.
The slideshow is usually the same. Sometimes I change things up a little bit, but it really kind of depends. But like, you just want to generally stay consistent, be expected. Like if somebody's gonna expect that you're gonna drop on Tuesday,
you got to drop on Tuesday,
which we've had our faults there as well,
Exactly. And again, those are the little things that happen. And without giving you too many secrets, just say if you want to start it, right?
Yeah, man, get to it. Get to it, and know
if you wait a year, you'll be just a year.
Get to it, and
where you could have been.
Get to it. Plan to be busy and get busy.
Right. Exactly. Because it's not going to come overnight, or it may not come at all. Just know that you should enjoy what you're doing. Or pick something. That's the main goal of this. This is the reason why we kind of do it, is because, creatively, you're not really able to do so many things when you're fucking grown up having to work. And so we made a point to make a day where we are going to definitely kick it, bullshit. I can talk my shit to Adam that I've been thinking about all week. You know what I mean? Like little insults that come to me that he's not around for. So I just wait for Sunday and vice versa.
It's like any other show that's existed, give our opinion on the happenings of the world.
Right. Our uneducated opinions on most of the things we talk about.
As you can see, because we don't ever have facts.
We don't.
But so I'll tell you this: it's always a blast. Like I have fun with it. It's the editing post pod part of everything is always fun.
Just know we don't. Like Adam and I have conversations almost daily about this and what where we're going forward. Even if it's like beating a dead, we reiterate it. We keep talking about it. We maybe an hour a day half the time where we're talking about podcasts and creative things that we want to do.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where hopefully we can do this full time at some point because it's within us to want to. So hopefully you can see that.
That's what I was gonna say too. The other main thing is if you're going to start a podcast, make sure it's something that you enjoy talking about. Make sure it's something that you have a passion for. Like, and that's why a lot of what we talk about is basketball and music. Those are the things That's
the dope thing about being your own pod. You can talk about every and anything you want that you are interested in. Yeah. So, like, you've seen some podcasts, we don't talk about sports because there's no sports to talk about. We talk about the dumbest shit you probably heard. When we got the sometimes third Dave, like, those are even different conversations we have,
For sure.
But just, again, if you want to start. And with that, I say we just go into sneakers.
Word.
Without getting too sappy.
I mean, you clearly didn't.
No, I just feel like
change anything up.
Listen, honestly, this is a grail of mine, and I feel like I gotta put a few miles on them rightfully. So that's gonna probably start soon. Or started already.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say it's well underway.
And when I get Adam's ones, those court purples, those are gonna be put some miles on them too. Fucking finally.
Well, I don't have those court purples on today, but I put on a
motherfucker tricked the shit out of me. I was like, don't do it.
So obviously the Rocco's Modern Life shirt, because why not?
Don't
Rocco's
do it.
Modern Life is
Reconsider. Read some literature.
I pulled out these eggplant foam
pods. Are nice, man.
I ain't gonna lie, man. These are one of the slickest looking shoes.
That's a grail of yours. You consider it, right?
No, because I didn't like. It's not something that I was like, oh,
well, what do you consider a grail?
Well, I mean, if I was gonna go in the same vein of foam posits, there's.
Well, I'm not even saying foams. Like in general, what is a grail of yours? Like a shoe that you
like those Bel Air 5s were grails.
That's a grail. Okay. So that and what anything else you have that you would say you have is a grail?
I would consider the band ones.
You have the band ones?
Nope.
No, I'm saying what you have.
Oh, of what I have.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have to deep dive my shoe collection.
See, my grails are like probably. I only think I have two. Because I find it, I struggle to figure out where the line of Grail and just something you really love and you're glad
And that's
you
the
got.
thing.
I think
because I mean,
so.
all the shoes that I have, I bought them because I fucking love
right.
them. But like
Where's the ones that like one that you've been trying to find for a long time, the Bel
the
Airs.
different tier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that for me is going to be these fours, right? I've been waiting. I the last pair I bought was in like 04, 05, I forget.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get another pair for a mad time. And this is the only time I was able to actually, the stars align where I had the cash, the time, whatever, I was able to get them.
Yeah.
Also, those Flint 7s. Those Flint 7s are like a specific grail, like maybe my grailiest of grails.
Well, I guess I can consider those 7s. Although they're not the
7s?
Marvin the Martians. Those are like the Brazilian Knights or whatever that is.
Okay.
But I fuck with those two. Those were
Yeah.
a big one for me to so.
And that's the thing. Like, how long did it take to get them? You know, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
for me, the Flint 7s probably, like I
Oh,
said,
they're actually right next to you.
oh yeah. No, those Flint 7s got to be the grails for me because it just in general, I wasn't able to get them the first time they came out in 06. And the second time they were able to come out 15 years later, I finally able to grab them. And that's fucking dope. That's the meaning of like, that's why sneakers are so dope. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
Those will come out soon. Those will
most-
come out to play probably. I just got to find the right little thangy thing fit for it.
Most of the shoes that I would consider a grail to me are not part of my collection, unfortunately. 50 plus fucking shoes.
There's a lot of shoes out there I would like a pair of, but you know, we'll get to it.
Yeah,
We'll
for
get
sure.
to it.
I mean,
You know, once we start getting recognized and
once we have
we get some
friends in the
get some care
entertainment
packages in this bitch, man.
Right, come on, Nike. You won't let me win on your thing. Maybe you'll just
give me the
Super
pair,
Bowl.
fucking Nike. Anyway,
So yeah, I mean, I will say that these eggplants are one of my favorites in my collection. But they weren't something that I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have those things.
see, favorites we're talking about, like that's where my cool grays fall in the line, the cool gray
Yeah.
11s, and even the Concords to some extent. Even though I take the cool grays over the Concords or the bread 11s.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
The breads are nice, and then of course like the flu game 12s are that's one that I would consider a grail. So a few things that I have to add, and
we might have to do a whole sneaker podcast, man, at some point. Like literally,
this
just
shit ever blew up, man, my fucking wall would be covered with those boxes of shoes. It already halfway is covered with shoes. But yeah, so clearly we don't have much else to speak on.
yeah, we just talking now.
But yeah, man, that's episode 96. We do have some, obviously, I'm pretty sure he told you, shirts that we are working on getting minted or whatever,
Whatever the fucking word
whatever
is
you
for
want to
that.
call them. I think minted is only metal, but so yeah, so be on the lookout for those. Some other things, some other announcements coming down real soon.
Follow us on the socials.
I don't want to, whatever. I don't want to over promise and under deliver, so I'm not going to tell you what those things are.
Yeah, but just know we are working.
Yeah.
Always.
Don't bother me. I'm working. And we will
got 6 jobs. I don't get tired. Anyway,
but thank you all for tuning in. Yes,
Appreciate you.
socials, subscribes,
check them
do
out.
all them things.
Do that.
And we will holler at y'all episode number 97.
We will.
After potty coming
Coming
up
soon.
next. Later.